Hi, I'm Guna Mathivanan. Welcome to Simply Current Affairs. Before going into today's editorial discussion, let us finish the feedback for the question which I gave in the last video. Friends, if you are watching this video series for the first time, then please watch the introductory video given in the playlist to know how to participate in this answer writing initiative. This initiative is open to all. 75 for 75 in exclusive current affairs program. Batch 2, we are starting from 30th of November. In this program, we will be covering 1000 plus topics in detail for Prelims 2026. Each topic will have a static linkage, and each class will be followed by a multiple choice question based test. And this program also includes budget and economic survey discussion as well. To know more about the 75 or 75 and also other programs, you can visit our website www.simplycurrentaffairs.com. You can click the link given in the description, or you can WhatsApp to the number given in this video. Right. The question which I gave in the last class, India's food system presents a paradox of surplus in cereals alongside import dependence on pulses and edible oils. Analyze the factors responsible for this and suggest measures to address it. Very straightforward. So in the introduction part, you are going to highlight this paradox. Give a fact that with respect to rice, what is our statistics? Okay. And with respect to pulses and edible oils, what is our statistics? Whatever you remember, you can highlight. Okay. With respect to rice, we are having surplus. With respect to pulses, edible oils, we are depending on imports. Lakhs of crores we are spending on imports every year. Now, this paradox is caused by because of the following reasons. Put a subheading. Write the reasons for this imbalance. Then, to address these imbalances, we can adopt the following measures, suggest the measures, what we have to do. Then finally, give a conclusion. Right, very straightforward. So, we have taken the answer of Pratana. So, India produces over 330 million tons of food grains. India still imports pulses and 60% of edible oil. So you are mentioning the fact in the introduction part, as I have mentioned. Great. So factors responsible for the imbalance. What are the factors? The cereal-centric policy incentives. If you take the MSP procurement is more prioritized towards rice and wheat when compared to, though MSP is for everything. But the procurement focus is more on the cereals. So that you have highlighted. Okay. So assured procurement under FCA make rice and wheat more profitable and risk-free. So what farmers will do? They will think of growing only rice and wheat. Good. The second point, price volatility and market risk. See, if at all I am going to choose pulses, oilseeds over rice and wheat, there is a volatility. Okay, because we are importing a lot. The import prices are very sometimes cheaper, sometimes it is going to give me profit, sometimes it is going to give me loss. There is no guarantee that I will be having a certain income when I grow pulses and oilseeds because of our exposure to the international markets when it comes to pulses and oilseeds particularly. So this is not giving any incentive for the farmers to move towards pulses and oilseeds. Great. Weak value chains for pulses and oilseeds. So with respect to storage facilities, procurement, FPO linkages, there are some structural gaps. So that is not making the farmers lucrative to choose pulses and oilseeds over rice and wheat. That is another reason. And technological disparity. See, in successful green revolution was possible with respect to rice. Why we are not able to bring the same thing in pulses and oilseeds? Why we are import dependent? Why we are not able to meet the domestic consumption with respect to domestic production? That means we are not spending sufficient amount of money on research and development in developing high yielding variety seeds. So technological disparity when compared to the cereals and oilseeds. Point taken. Very good answer. You have done very good answer actually. Right subheadings, right content. Okay. So measures to address. So promote crop diversification. Incentivize the farmers to shift from rice and wheat to pulses and oilseeds through guaranteed buyback and diversification packages. So only when there is a guarantee for the pulses and oilseeds growing farmers that there is going to be an assured buyer, though there is MSP, but the procurement is skewed. So give a buyback assurance so that the farmers will consider growing oilseeds and pulses. Good option. Boost research and development, yes, because that's what is lacking. When it rise in wheat, we are able to achieve higher productivity. When it comes to oil seeds and pulses, we are not able to bring that productivity because of lack of funding into the R&D. So boost R&D, right? Rebalance MSP and procurement system. So there should be intercrop price parity. There should not be discrimination between the crops with respect to MSP procurement. Okay, so all these will attract the farmers to move towards other crops from rice and cereals, right? Rice and other cereals. Then implement national mission on edible oil. Here alone, I would like to do a correction. Don't say implement it. We are implementing it. You can say that expand this mission to cover all the oil seeds. Okay, or we have to increase the speed of enforcing these missions so that we are able to get some faster results. Well, that is fine. Don't say that implement. Government came with this mission long back. Okay. That is the only thing I want to comment. Apart from the future ready food system must move beyond green revolution and enable nutrition focused, market resilient and environmentally sustainable agriculture strategy that strengthens pulses and oil seeds. Everything is fine. One of the finest answer. So good, keep it up. Your handwriting, though it is not so good, but I am able to read it. So don't worry about your handwriting here. The most important part is not about see, what I'm trying to say is, the most important part is the content should be legible. The content, whatever you are writing, I should be in a position to read it. All the letters, words, what you are writing, that should be readable. That is what is more important. That is what is presentation all about. It might look neat. Many answers you have also noticed. It might look neat. First impression would be great. But while reading, I'll be finding it difficult to understand what you have written. Right? Here, it might give an impression that your handwriting is not so appealing, but if you are able to improve, great. But I am able to read what you are writing, so good, all the best, do well. Okay, so now we will move on to today's topic discussion. So today's editorial discussion will be done by Dr. Roopavi.
In today's editorial discussion, we have picked a topic from Down to Earth titled, Can the World Quit Coal? As COP30 is underway in Brazil, the global debate surrounding fossil fuels, especially coal, has intensified. COP30 is nothing but the 30th annual meeting of Conference of Parties to UNFCCC. UNFCCC is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. This is nothing but a platform where governments of different countries, climate activists, scientists and global institutions gather to negotiate climate solutions. That is, they gather to discuss about how much greenhouse gas emissions have to be cut, for which how much finance is needed and so on. Even after decades of international climate negotiations, the global temperature is still rising. Extreme weather events are intensifying and the countries are still dependent on coal. This editorial examines a key question: can the world realistically phase out coal? And if so, what a just transition will look like? This is what we are going to discuss today. And why are we so serious about phasing out coal? Because coal is the dirtiest of all fossil fuels, contributing massively to carbon dioxide emission, which in turn will cause global warming, air pollution and public health hazards. If we can phase out coal, the immediate climate benefits are massive, and so we are discussing about phasing out coal. The author of this editorial is discussing about an energy paradox. That is, on one side we are progressing to phase out coal, but on the other side the actions are contradictory in nature. And he is substantiating this energy paradox through 4 points. The first one being, globally, 90% of global power supply in 2024 is sourced from clean energy sources. Also, wind energy, solar energy and electric vehicles are rapidly expanding globally. This is on one side, but on the other side, the energy demand is still rising. And we are unable to meet that demand only from the power supply sourced from renewable energy. So, the power supply sourced from renewable energy is an add-on to the energy supply, however, cannot replace the coal as of now. This is the first point. The second point being, China remains both the largest producer of coal and the largest green energy investor. That is, China burns coal more than the rest of the world, and also China continues to build new coal power plants. Okay, this is on one side. On the other side, China leads the world in solar manufacturing, wind energy, and also export of clean energy technologies worldwide. This is the second paradox. And the third one being policy backlash in the West. In US, under Trump administration, climate policies have been reversed, that is, favoring fossil fuel usage. Also, similarly, European countries face domestic backlash because of stricter climate policies. This is on one side. On the other side, many Asian, Latin American, and African countries are showing keen interest in implementing clean energy policies. For example, close to 60 nations have come up and joined a global coalition to phase out coal as part of Powering Past Coal Alliance. This Powering Past Coal Alliance is a global coalition to phase out coal. This was launched in 2017 by UK and Canada. Close to 60 nations have joined this alliance as of now. And interestingly, many coal-heavy nations, that is coal-dependent nations, including Malaysia, Germany, and Spain, have joined this alliance. This is a progress. And the fourth one, under Paris Climate Agreement, if we have to retain the global temperature within 2 degrees Celsius and ideally below 1.5 degrees Celsius, then if we phase out coal in this rate, then that is going to be difficult. So why are nations not phasing out coal? The author is highlighting one particular problem here, that is, countries may face. See, if we have to phase out coal, then we have to shut the coal mines. So if we shut the coal mines, the people who are dependent on those coal mines, their life will be affected. So widespread unemployment can be there. Joblessness, that is, the coal mine workers, they will be jobless. And also this will cause a collapse in the local economy. One more thing, the regions which are dependent on this coal, that is coal dependent regions, they will be underdeveloped. So because of these reasons, countries are fearing to phase out coal. So what can they do? They need a just transition. And this just transition requires, we have to reskill and train the workers. And we have to infrastructure investment in the coal dependent communities, coal dependent region, infrastructure investment should be there, and grid modernization can be done. If this all happens, then these communities who are dependent on coal will not be left behind. And one more idea is gaining momentum globally. Fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty, similar to nuclear non-proliferation treaty. So this is advocating a legal ban on expansion for fossil fuel, right? And this is mandating, instead of voluntary pledges, this is mandating that the countries has to phase out fossil fuel. So this will accelerate global transition. So this is what about fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty. So the author of this article is concluding by saying the world can quit coal because clean energies have become cheaper and the technologies are accessible. Clean energy technologies are accessible. And the health benefits because of phasing out coal are massive. And already many of the countries are showing interest to phase out coal. However, the challenge lies in political will, economic dependence on coal, and the rising energy demand, slow international cooperation. So, the world can quit coal if there is a just transition which is inclusive, well-financed and globally coordinated. Based on our discussion, here is a mains question for you to answer. Examine the key reasons why coal continues to be a mainstay in the global energy mix, despite the rapid advancement of clean energy technologies. This is a 10-marker question for which you are supposed to write an answer in 150 words. Do write the answers and mail us to the mail ID given here. Meet you all in another session. Until then, keep watching all our playlists and make the best use of it. Thank you.